as a teacher, when I'm thinking about how to make this happen in my classroom, increasing reading by 7 minutes, one of the things that we have to keep in mind is that the reason we're doing this challenge is not to simply rack up some numbers, to be able to tick off 7 more minutes. But we have to keep remembering why we're doing it. And as we do that, we actually come up with purposes for our students' reading. So when I look at the 7-minute challenge as a way to get my students more informed, more prepared to participate in the digital global age, then I stop looking for just very trite ways to share the reading. From the very bottom of my heart, I would be so sad if the 7-minute challenge meant that American kids had to do more book reports. I personally read an incredible amount, and I don't do book reports. But let me tell you, I share what I've learned from books and from newspaper articles and from magazine articles and articles on the internet. I share that information with other people. In fact, my spouse has been reading a book that he absolutely loves, and we actually had to set some parameters for how much of the book he could share because he was so excited about it. So we would have like, okay, you can share every 10 minutes about what you've just read. When we read things and learn things we really want to know about, we have something to share. So how do you share things? I'd love to see mind maps in classrooms where students are adding pieces of information on particular topics. That, for example, water conservation in the world. There's some fantastic books by about stories actually of some kids around the world who have done some things with water conservation. There's a book about a Canadian young man who has started a massive water resource program in Africa. There's a book called The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind, which talks about a young boy in Africa who's actually got a wind project to gain more power, and then that helps clean water and so on. So I'd like to see mind maps in classrooms, on classroom walls, in school, on the walls of schools. I want to see kids' idea books where they're sharing what they've learned and what they might want to learn next, or what they might want to invent. You know, kids have a lot of ideas. And they can invent things too. There's a wonderful book called The Kid Who Invented Popsicle. And there's another book called Girls Think of Everything, about girls who were inventors. So what we want to do is have ways of students connecting what they read, and we want students sharing what they read in interesting ways. And as part of this challenge, we're going to continue to provide you with ways teachers, your colleagues, are getting their students to share their knowledge, to express their knowledge. That's what the 7-minute challenge is about.